Life's a binge. Bow, 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 wow. Right?
Although no one official is prepared to comment, religious groups are calling it Judgment Day. There's panic on the streets of London as an increasing number of reports of serious attacks on people who are literally being eaten alive.
A witness reports are sketchy. One unifying detail seems to be that the attackers in many instances appear to be
Dead excited to have with us here.
It's excitement about something coming up.
Yeah.
But it's also Mr. Miyagi's.
My arm, it hurts.
Done, son. Okay, I'll do my special thing. Here you go. Ready?
Oh, I feel great.
Because it's warm.
I can punch again.
I act like I can do that all the time.
Right.
Like do it and just try to get as hot, and you get it pretty hot.
Yeah.
Like
It
rub
does. It
hot,
warms up.
and then
That works.
You know, I don't know if it works, but
Right.
you know,
It's warm.
Yeah. If you're convincing with your brain powers.
That's right.
do that,
Placebo.
so.
You can placebo
Exactly.
the crap out of yourself.
Or your
Or
or
anybody else.
your rubby.
Yeah.
That's not what.
I dig it.
Your client, I
Yeah,
guess. Okay,
yeah.
all right.
Rubby. I like rubby.
Your
better.
rubby.
You go to
I'm the
You
rubber.
go get a massage. You're like, excuse me, I'm really excited to be your rubby today. I'm feeling some stiffness in my neck. If you could just like rub it out for
Or they're
me.
talking. They're like, "Ah, that was the worst rubby I've ever had to deal with.
Yeah.
Like I've had a lot of rubbies before, but that rubby was the worst. She's the best rubby.
Okay.
You come in every day, I'll give you a rub. I'll be your rubber.
Oh man, that was good. That was a good intro.
All right.
Hey, welcome. We're back doing a midweek.
A video.
I don't know if people. I mean, I thought about this today because today is Thursday as we're doing this, and I could have just released the car audio and just had like an audio because we are an audio. Nobody watches these stupid things anyway.
But you know, it's good.
So everyone still listens, but nobody.
It's good for
watches
us,
them.
and I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
It's good for us because it's another medium, and it's a little practice. It's a little fun.
Yeah.
And then when next week, when I meet with Rich,
Oh yeah.
he has
we
a
can
friend,
show, like,
Tristan,
Yeah.
who's a video guy,
Nice.
and so you know, you're somebody who, and Todd, who
Yes.
we want to work with, even though we might do different things.
Oh, yeah.
We're do our Life's a Binge, but we want to do other stuff.
Other things. Yeah.
Rich, I want to work with Rich. He's
Be
a,
like
fantastic
a
photographer.
right.
His friend Tristan is a
Do
video guy.
videographer, yeah.
And,
And
we
just
could
be
work
able to
together,
document
and
stuff,
like
yeah.
and then he could help us, and we can make better products
I dig
together. So
better than a janky camera on a
but these will
janky
be
tripod.
the classics. These will be the
Janky
classics.
tripod.
These will be the ones that
Oh,
people
yeah.
like. Oh, you should see back then. They were great, but
now they're better.
But now they're
Yeah.
excellent. Yeah,
It's true. It's true. But this midweek we're talking about a great movie because that's kind of what these midweeks have turned into. But we're talking about
For now.
Yes.
For now.
Shaun of the Dead. It's a good movie.
It's a
Brought
great
to you by
movie.
Life's a Binge, apparently.
Like Coca-Cola, our new sponsor.
No, that's in the future when the videos are good.
That's right. Right.
Shaun of the Dead. It's a fun, lighthearted movie for needing a fun, lighthearted movie.
Which is really what everyone needs right about now.
Not everyone. Most people. Not even most. Half.
More than half.
Half. Barely. Anyway,
We're talking about
we'll
all
talk
the
about that. We just
YouTube.
talked about, you heard all that talk on Sunday. Or Monday, whenever
Right.
that video was. Or not video. I'm so out of my brain. Let's just talk about Shaun of the Dead. Who did Simon Pegg write it? Is it his movie? I don't even know.
You know, that's a good question. I know
I
that they
think
had
he
like.
did because they did all their movies together.
I was trying to think of what the third one was because there was Shaun of the Dead, there was Hot Fuzz,
Fuzz.
and then there
Was Paul? Was that was theirs, right? With the alien, the Seth Rogen alien.
I never saw that. I don't know if that was them, but they do a reference to a particular ice cream in the movies, and they jokingly refer to it as the product, the English product of the ice cream as the blah 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 trilogy, and it's
okay.
Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, And it's the third movie, which I was just thinking about today. Like, I don't know which one that was.
Okay, let's look up Simon Pegg.
But Shaun of the Dead, if you're not familiar with it, is a comedy, takeoff on
a zombie
Day
movie.
of the Dead,
Yes.
or one of those George Romero movies.
Yes.
It's a zombie movie, but it's hilarious.
Yes. Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz. Paul is listed. There has to be another one.
There is a third one, but maybe we'll get to that.
Star Wars. He's written a lot of things.
Simon Pegg is
Simon
very, very funny, and I think Shaun of the Dead was. I don't know about you, but that was the first time I think I remember ever seeing. Actually, both of those guys. When I can't think of his sidekick's name, but in Shaun of the Dead, it's Simon Pegg,
Right.
and then his buddy, who's also his co-star in Hot Fuzz.
Run, Fat Boy, Run.
Yes.
Okay,
Oh no. Well,
but that's their other movie.
I don't think. I think that's just another Simon Pegg movie. I
No,
think
it's not.
it's not. I don't think. I could be wrong.
Yeah. Who
I mean,
knows?
clearly,
we're not
I
talking
could be
about-
wrong about so
We're-
many
we know.
things and so wrong.
Nick Frost is the other guy's name, by the way.
Nick Frost, who's
Simon
hilarious.
Pegg, Nick Frost. Anyway, we're talking about Shaun of the Dead. It doesn't matter what their other movies were. We're not interested in those because this one, as far as I know, is like their original movie. It's their big first.
It's the
first
one that.
hit.
Yeah, it was definitely the one
that caught on.
Yeah, that exposed us to Simon Pegg and
Yeah.
Ed Frost.
Nick Frost.
Nick Frost.
Edgar Wright is the director. He's directed a few of them. But it's, you were saying it's like a take on like a Dawn of the Dead or like any type of zombie movie, really. But it's done in a comedic way, but still like stays true to like zombie movies, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, in a way.
Yeah.
And it does that great thing that where certain movies that are clearly comedies and lighthearted,
Right.
they still like give you a little bit of like heart in there,
yeah.
and where it's their friendship is really touching.
The friendships go there, like the family ties, like his relationship with his mom.
with his mom,
and, like,
right?
And even though he's his ex-girlfriend, like
Yeah,
their relationship like is all of a sudden kind of rekindled because like it's a zombie apocalypse. Like you gotta, love the people you love, basically, because they'll probably be dead tomorrow, type thing. So,
Well, I'm trying to think of when Shaun of the Dead came out. Did you happen to catch that?
Nope.
Because I was
I'll
thinking
find out
about that
right
in
now.
terms of zombies very chic.
2004.
2004. So Walking Dead began in what? 2009
After? Yeah,
or so.
yeah, something like that.
Zombies clearly very chic.
Yes.
Very hip, but kind of like vampires.
Right. Those they went big thing. Yeah.
Ebb and
then
flow. But right now, I think probably zombies are probably
they're
bigger than.
yeah, they're probably number one.
The biggest
Just
genre.
because like Walking Dead's so popular and everything, but at the time it wasn't as popular. It was kind of on the rise with like 28 Days Later and like that kind of stuff, and the remake of Dawn of the Dead and like all those things were kind of like coming out. And so to take a comedic spin on it was like the best idea that anybody ever had, in my opinion. I was like, this is so great. Because like the way that everything goes down, and like Bill Nighy, like you think he's like a zombie and he's just sleeping. He's like, what? Oh, sorry, I was just asleep. And you're like, oh my god. Like the way that they like treat the characters, and then he turns into a zombie, and then he's like doing the same thing, but only now he's a zombie. And like, yeah.
There's a particularly great scene. There's several really, really, really great scenes in this movie, but one that's funny at the beginning is when they're kind of realizing that there's this zombie outbreak throughout the world, throughout England, because it's set in England, it's set in London. That the zombies, and they're slow zombies.
Right.
They're not the 28 day.
Yeah, they're
fast
very
zombies.
traditional,
They're
slow moving
very
zombies.
slow.
Right.
Brains.
Right.
They're trying to figure out what they can throw.
Oh yeah,
at the zombies.
She's in the backyard.
So they have the record collection, and they're going through each record and deciding,
keep that, save that.
deciding which record was worth throwing at a zombie, and which one no, we must save that.
Yeah.
And that's a very, very, very funny take.
Yeah, and like when they're in the bar, because that's what they always do every day, anyways. Like,
the Winchester.
What do you want to do? I don't know. Let's just go to the Winchester.
Let's go to the Winchester.
Get a pint. And so they always, that's basically the joke. They always do that every day, and like it's a zombie apocalypse. They're like, we can't stay here. There's zombies here. What should we do?
Let's go to the
Winchester. And so they go there, and like the zombies eventually find out they're there, and like they break in. They're beating like probably one of the most famous scenes.
Yeah, which
is
we
when-
talked about in our
yeah,
music
when
episode.
Queen's playing "Don't Stop Me Now," and they're like beating the zombies on rhythm, and it's just Oh, it's so good.
You know, I have to say that, and
can't
maybe
not
we
enjoy
mentioned
it.
it during that was for whatever reason I was a big Queen fan.
Right.
Like I had Queen's Greatest Hits. I had
Yeah.
Night at the Opera or Day at the Races. Day at the Races.
Yep.
Had Bohemian Rhapsody on it, and that was like one of the first albums I ever had because I was nutty about Bohemian Rhapsody as a child, and
But that song like flew under the radar, kind of.
I don't know when it came out,
Right.
And and so for me, I was like, I'm not familiar with this song, but Freddie Mercury has a very distinctive voice.
Yeah, you're like, that's Queen. Yeah.
Brian May has a very distinctive guitar style and sound to him, and so it's a great song and a great like
It's a very good
use of it.
Oh, yeah.
in this video.
And then, you know, like you were saying earlier, it like rips at the heartstrings, and like during that whole scuffle, his mom gets bit. And then
Right.
she's in the corner like, I didn't want to worry you, darling. And
Yeah,
she shows him her
sweet.
wrist, and you're like,
It's
oh,
sweet.
the mom. She's going to be a zombie. And then like 5 minutes later, he's like, hey, Mom, can you help me? And she's like, ah. And they're like, you
Kill your
shoot
mom.
her,
Yeah,
shoot her. He's like, I can't shoot
my
my
mom.
mom. It's my mom. Oh, man. And it's so,
good.
it's so
funny, but it's like still, it's like,
yeah,
aw,
it's so funny, but you're like, I don't know if I'd be able to shoot my mom.
it's my mom. Yeah.
And then, like, the other guy's like, oh, hell, give me the gun. And he's like, no, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And it's great too because his love who has left him
Right.
and is now has a new boyfriend, but he's still caught up on her. They end up on this adventure together,
Right.
trying to escape the zombies, and so you're always cheering for them to get back together.
Right.
And of course, the new boyfriend is a jerk.
Right. He's not even the boyfriend. He's just, like, her best friend or whatever.
I
And
thought that they were-
He always, like, hated Shaun or I don't know.
Yeah.
No, because he was with that other girl. The other
That's
girl
right.
there.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
So they're, like, the BFFs of her, and then like, they
Right,
hate
that's right.
Shaun or
That's
whatever.
right.
Yeah.
They hate Shaun because, and then they admit in facing death
Right.
by zombies. That's because you were always in love with her,
Right.
and then the other girlfriend's like, I knew that was true,
Yeah, it's so good.
and so he gets
He
completely
ripped open. He's like standing by the window, and like right then they're like, okay, well, and like you watch him like get his guts pulled out and everything.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
it's so
It's
extreme, and you're laughing.
Right.
You're like laughing, but it's a horrible like death and scene.
Well, that's what they do. Like they make you cry while they make you laugh. Because like Nick Frost's character, he always like does like a silent fart, and then like Shaun realizes
Right.
it.
I'm
and then,
sorry.
Oh man.
Sorry for what?
Yeah, oh man, why? And he's like, I'll stop doing it when you stop laughing. And then like as he's sitting there dying, he's like, ugh. And he just looks at Shaun and he's like, Shaun, I'm so sorry. And he thinks he's like gonna apologize for something that happened with zombies or whatever.
Yeah.
He's like, no, you don't have to say, and he's sitting
No,
there with like
I'm sorry.
tears in his eyes and like his best friend's dying in front of him, and he still
One
does
last
the
fart joke. Yeah.
It's just it's great. It's got red, and like my favorite thing, I think I don't remember what episode I talked about it in, but he's flipping through the channels at the beginning before like he realizes there's zombies, and he's like flipping through the nature channel and the weather channel and the news channel, and like the way that the people are talking on TV describe a perfect zombie outbreak.
Right.
They're like, it's so bizarre. They're like talking about a storm system. It's so bizarre that, and then they switch
Yes,
it over,
yes.
and they're like, people everywhere. And then he changes it, and there's a lion like eating a gazelle. But it's like, it's so bizarre that people everywhere are eaten alive. And like, it's
Right,
just like,
yeah, it is.
It goes on and on for maybe like a minute or so, but it describes exactly like what's happening. But it's so cool.
That's a great bit too
Yeah.
because I don't think I picked up on that until maybe the second or third time that I saw it, and
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a great movie,
It's-
one that
yeah.
you'll want to watch several times. So, but yeah, that when he's just flipping through the channels, if you're not paying attention, because
Right.
your attention switches as soon as they, you
Right.
know, like he changes the channel, you're into something else. You're not thinking of them.
Well, and it just
lined
shows
up.
it plays exactly to what's going on with him too, because he's just on the couch like and then he gets up and stumbles to the corner liquor store that he does like probably every day, buys a paper, buys a drink, and there's like blood everywhere,
Yeah.
and like he's just like so zoned
well.
in on his like routine that he has no idea.
Yeah.
And then like what's so great about it is like he passes like a house and you see a girl like jumping rope and like da 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 da, and then like the next day he does the same routine, and that's when there's blood everywhere, and like the jumping rope girl is now like eating somebody's somebody's face, and like all these things that are happening in the background that you see twice. It's just the way that they subtly throw those things in there is just really cool.
Yeah. Yep. Definitely worth a repeat viewing or two to catch stuff. So there's a part in there where Nick Frost, at the very beginning of the movie, it sets the tone, where his friendship with the Nick Frost character is clearly a strain on his relationships, his roommate, and everybody. Yes,
yeah. He's like a freeloader and like doesn't have a job and just borrows money and is always there. Yeah. So if you're having like a nice romantic night out and like the best friend's like there in the corner like so yeah.
But the first time they kind of introduce him and they're all like they're at the table and he comes up, which one of you cunts?
Oh, right. Yeah.
It's just like, oh.
Well, because he's sitting there with like his girlfriend, whatever.
And they all go, oh.
And they're having like a heart-to-heart about like why they're breaking up and stuff.
Right.
And she's like, well, part of it has to do with whatever. Ed, I think his name. With Ed, or whatever. He's always there. And then he shows up and says that like right there. Oh, man. That's so good.
So ridiculous. And worth a view or two.
Yeah, so if you haven't seen it, go see it. If you've seen it, watch it again, and maybe you haven't picked up on some of those things we pointed out. Mm-hmm. But
and then let us know. We'll watch it with you.
Yeah, for sure.
It's okay. If you're having like a movie night.
Yeah.
He
got red on you.
It's
like his pen, but then it's blood. It's so good. Like the subtle things that they reference. It's so good. But anyway.
And props to Simon Pegg. I won't think I was really aware that he was doing
writes
a lot
everything.
of the writing.
Yeah,
but
it's crazy.
He sells those bits so well, it's not surprising.
Right.
And he's clearly a smart guy.
Yeah.
Like a smart guy. So
check out Shaun of the Dead. We did. We loved it. You will too. And yeah, that about wraps up this midweek. This has been Life's a Binge. I'm Jared.
And I'm BJ.
And we'll see you on the couch.
Now, some of these aren't limited.
What was that?
I think it was Blue Monday.
Man, there was an original pressing.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Purple Rain. No. Sign of the Times. Definitely not.
The Batman soundtrack.
Throw it. Okay. Oh, Dire Straits.
Throw it.
Oh, Stone Roses.
No.
Second Coming.
I like it.
Oh, Sade. That's Liz's.
Yeah, but she did dump you. Oh.
Okay, John, it's time at the bar.
Time to try to the sky.